So I'm going to do a Fletch now. And what was it on 101?
So,
Fletch went.
so this is the rock and roll bus, eh?
It was Fletch that said that, wasn't it? It was Fletch that said, "Oh, this is the rock and roll bus," and then there was like a curtain, and there were these two people making out, which in this case is not going to be Lloyd and Simon. And then I think Alan came and said, "It looks like I've interrupted something. Yeah, I think I better just close the curtains." How is everyone?
I'm good.
They look nervous. They look nervous. Anyway, this is.
I'm excited, Dave Bascombe.
Yeah. Simon, you're a bit tongue-tied.
This is my excited face.
This is Simon's excited face.
This is his general face.
And guys, I would like to say something. It's Simon's birthday today.
Oh,
So on the count of three, we're going to sing happy birthday.
Yeah.
And then we're going to sing happy birthday to him when we take him for a curry. 1, 2, 3. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Simon. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, mate. It's going to be a long day. What else would you be doing on your birthday if it weren't for today?
No idea, but I'm sleeping.
Moderating.
Okay, we're going to do some last minute checks now, and I will keep you guys reported as we're on the road. Adios. Got Simon behind the wheel. Simon, you're behind the wheel tonight. My Simon, drive anywhere, do what you want, I don't care. Tonight, we're in the hands of Simon. We hand ourselves over on a plate. He's gone really quiet again. He told me he has an axe in here. Lloyd, how are you, mate?
I'm good, man. I'm good. Yeah, real cyber seeing Dave Bascombe.
Yeah, and guys, I must tell you that obviously this is Lloyd from. You recognise him as one of the moderators of the Facebook group, and it was actually. You guys don't know this. It was Lloyd that is kind of directly responsible for today's interview, because Lloyd, you got me the email for Dave Bascombe's assistant, Jill.
Yes, that's right. Yes.
Who did you get that from? Sorry.
There's a guy called Yitamar, a Jewish guy, I believe.
Yeah.
He's in a band called Secret Cameras.
Oh right.
They're on Sign, but Dave Bascombe was the one who produced his EP.
Oh right. Okay.
So maybe a Rising Star series, possibly. We could do like a 360 Dave Bascombe Secret Cameras kind of thing.
Yeah. Okay, no, brilliant. So I just wanted to say, guys, this is Lloyd, and Lloyd, thanks again for organising this, because I really didn't think we'd be able to interview someone as sort of influential as Dave Bascombe this early on in the game, but I think it's come at a good time now that we're doing the Music for the Masses album review. So. All right, Lloyd. So Lloyd's, as you guys know, Lloyd's like my wingman. You'll often see him in a lot of the documentaries from now on. And whoop, just made a bit of a sudden stop there. In the capable hands of our driver Simon.
That's Uncle Simon.
All right. Okay, so I'm just running through some of the questions that I'm going to be asking. Dave today. Obviously. I've got quite a lot here, and I want to go into a lot of detail because there's not much detail about Dave Bascombe. I mean, if you go onto the internet, there's a lot of information about Gareth Jones and who was it, Ben Hillier, who did the latest 3 albums?
Yes. Yeah. And James Ford was the last one to do that.
Simon Gilp's in the front there. Yeah, and there's a lot of information on them, but there's not much information about Dave Bascombe, and especially if you look at the amount of work he's done so much, and there is relatively not much information about that, and that is why we're doing this interview today. So I've got a whole list of questions here, questions that I've always wanted to ask him, and a lot of those questions. Sorry guys, we're in a moving vehicle here. A lot of those questions are from the Facebook group and the YouTube group. I've asked you guys to submit your questions. So I've got a lot of questions. I'm just going to run through a few ideas. Like I'm going to ask him, sequencing, what was used for sequencing. I want to sort of do a combination between geeky questions and artistic questions and just general questions that I've always had. For instance, I always wondered Music for the Masses, how it was recorded. Now, Music for the Masses to me, it's more similar to Songs of Faith and Devotion. It's funny how Violator kind of stands out as its own kind of album, but there is something similar in Songs of Faith and Devotion and Music for the Masses. Not so much sonically, but just more the subject matter. I think because Music for the Masses is a more sort of religious sounding album if you take songs like Sacred and that. But anyway, so I'll be asking him, you know, about some of the gear. I also want to ask him, you know, what was the easiest track, which was the most difficult track. And I'm also very particularly interested in the samples that were used, like in the song Never Let Me Down. Again, you got those epic samples. And if you're a producer, you know these days it's not difficult to get access to sounds like that. You can just buy a lot of samples from, you know, sample libraries and stuff. But in those days, you know, things were kind of made from scratch. So I'm curious to know how they obtained those orchestral samples. Also, one of the questions is I want to ask him, you know, in hindsight, is there anything he would have liked to have changed? Loads of questions, yeah. And I'm also particularly interested in, because obviously I want to debunk a lot of the rumors that we read on sites like, Simon, your favorite website, Gearsluts. He shakes his head in disbelief, yeah. But I mean, there's a lot of misinformation out there, and a lot of some of the rumors were that apparently Martin wanted the songs to be very close to the demos, and Alan wasn't having that. Alan felt that the songs needed to deviate far from the demos. Now, I don't know how true that is, and you know, these are things we can ask Dave. But you know, but having said that, this was how many years ago? This was 1987, so this was like, how many years ago was that? 30 years ago? 30 odd years ago. Yeah, so what I'm going to be doing today, guys, is I'm going to be fundamentally doing 2 interviews. The first will be on the Geek Talk series, and the reason I want to do that is on that Geek Talk series I want to focus on Dave Bascombe as the producer, because as I say, there's not much information about Dave Bascombe. So I want to, you know, just ask Dave, you know, how did you start? How did you get into this? What's your favorite gear? Just things like that. And then on the Piano and Keyboard Artist series, we will do the Music for the Masses interview. And I know a lot of you have asked me to ask him questions about Tears for Fears and Peter Gabriel, and sorry guys, can't do that. You know, we just really need to focus, because there is so much we can ask about Depeche Mode, and I don't want to leave here today going, oh, I should have asked him this, but that is going to happen. I mean, I can't possibly ask him anything, but I'm hoping we can set up a positive relationship with Dave, and you know, hopefully he will see us at a later stage, because I would like to do a series on Tears for Fears. A lot of you have asked, and you know, it'd be nice to interview Dave on that, but you know, I'm respectful of his time and everything, so you know, we're gonna do the best we can today, and you know, hope it pans out. But I've got a great crew here. My mate Simon, who's been like a, you know, rock solid, like a wingman from the day one. I've got my wingman Lloyd here, and I'm very grateful to have the support. And I just want to say to you guys that did the pledging, I'm very grateful to you as well. I've got my well, here's some. Oh yes, here they are. I've got my 3 vinyls here. So one of you, or 3 of you, are going to win a copy of these, one of these vinyls. I'm going to get Dave Bascombe to sign it. But to those of you who pledged and funded this little excursion, I'm so grateful to you guys, and I promise to in future just do my best to make this content even better. And yeah, the sky's the limit. So Lloyd, what did you think of Music for the Masses, the album?
It's actually one of my favourite albums. I mean, sonically, lyrically, I love everything about it. In fact, one of my favourite tracks is Nothing.
Yeah.
Also, I think there's a B-side as well, Pleasure Little Treasure.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I love it. I like the fact that when they recruited Dave Bascombe, it was more about the songs as opposed to Gareth Jones. It was more about soundscapes.
Okay.
And I kind of felt like it was a good move to get away from that. But yeah, I think it's there among the best. It's definitely there with Black Celebration, Violator, and Songs of Faith and Devotion. Definitely. And I think if you watch Up 101, you'll see how much of an impact that album had. So yeah, I love Music for the Masses. It will always be there as one of my faves. What about you, Vaughn? Do you love Music for the Masses?
Yeah. It's as I say, I can't give any spoilers away from my review. But let's ask Simon if he's not too distracting. Simon, Music for the Masses.
Music for the Masses.
Yeah.
My thoughts are...
Yeah, your thoughts. What did you think?
It's an interesting album. I think it was the first one that for me, it was all about the anticipation of it coming out, because I really got into them with Black Celebration album-wise. Before then it was sort of singles and bits and pieces, so it was the first kind of anticipated album for me. And it was, I remember the first time hearing Never Let Me Down Again and thinking, because it was like guitars and stuff.
Yeah.
So yeah, no, I love the album. It's grown on me over the years. Never Let Me Down Again is now one of my favourite tracks.
Yeah.
I don't think it's quite as strong overall as Black Celebration.
Yeah.
I think there were a few filler songs on there.
Yeah.
A few too many. Yeah, not all of the songs I think deserve to be on the album. It's got some really, really strong ones. Behind the Wheel, Never Let Me Down Again. Nothing, I think, is very underrated. It's a very powerful song. Yeah.
What if you had to lose a song from Music for the Masses, Simon? Which song would you lose from that album?
If you mean the original release, then I'd probably lose Pimp.
Oh right, okay.
And the CD release, which had the extra tracks on it, Pleasure Little Treasure, I don't think sits
Pleasure Little Treasure,
with the rest of the album. So probably those two. I'd have been more likely to put Agent Orange on there than Pimp.
Agent Orange, yeah.
I just think it's got more...
It has more cohesion with the album.
Yeah.
I think Pimp is a great track, but it was a strange decision to put it on the Music for the Masses album, and it's something we're going to ask Dave about as well.
It's more of an opening track, isn't it? When you go for, when you look at the One of Our Own concert, it's more of a, wasn't it an opening track, Pimp?
Well, Pimp was like the opening track for the Music for the Masses tour. You know, it's a great track, but we're not talking about whether it's a great track or not. We're talking about, did it fit on the album? And of course it does, but it's like, it's just interesting now that I'm listening to. I know this album. It's very difficult for me to be sort of critical or objective towards these albums, because I love them and I've grown up with them, and now to suddenly start reviewing them with with a sort of like a more mature perspective, it's quite tricky.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think as Simon said, Agent Orange may have been a better idea.
It's unusual because, Pimp is essentially an instrumental, even though it's got voices on it. There's no words per se, it's not a song.
Yeah.
And so it's unusual for an instrumental. They're normally just relegated to being B-sides, not actually album tracks.
Yeah.
Debut album, wasn't it?
No.
The second album.
Wonderland was their second one.
the bug. I got no glass ceiling to break. And never stop, cause I'm on the make, I never slow down.
Right, we're in sunny Surrey. How far are we, Mr. Designated Driver?
Approximately 1.6 kilometres.
Approximately 1.6 kilometres. Lloyd, you ready?
Yeah, man.
Good. Okay, it's nice little town. Oh my god, guys, I just got a text from Dave Bascombe. Okay, what's he saying?
Alright, Vaughn.
Alright, Vaughn.
In your arse,
Okay, he is saying... What's he saying? I'll just read it. Cool. For your information, we're down a small side lane with...
Middlebourne Lane.
Okay, yes, oh, so that... Okay, yeah.
Between Richmond.
This is all very nice. In the country. My son David Alburn in the country. Is that how he sings? Oh, these are very nice.
7?
Okay.
Nice to meet you. Yeah. Mentioned it, yeah.
Nice to meet you.
How you doing?
So good to meet you.
Hi, how you doing?
This is Lloyd. Lloyd, yeah, if you could just... I've got this YouTube channel and people are just so excited about this. I have to document everything.
Oh, okay.
You can just put that down.
So you get in trouble getting the van down?
Yeah, because he's...
God, I should have. I didn't know you were in a big van.
Okay, so Lloyd and I are just here in Dave Bascombe's little mixing suite. It's really charming. And I'll tell you what is so funny, guys. Dave Bascombe has just gone to make Lloyd and I a cup of tea. I mean, it's so surreal. I'm standing here and Dave Bascombe's, would you like tea or coffee? And I'm thinking, oh my god, this is just so surreal. And yeah, but anyway, so this is where where Dave has relocated to. Yeah, just nice little mixing suite. Right, we don't want to pry, so let's end this and we'll start filming when Dave comes back, and I'll let you know what his coffee and his tea making skills are like.